What's going on, people? You know, there was a time when getting a pair of Yeezys actually meant something. That seems like so long ago. I remember like the first pair I got was that black pair, it's like Oreo, I think was what it was called. Anyways, like a friend of mine, he had somehow managed to get two because he got the 9.5 first. He was gonna try to sell that and get his own size, and then he somehow pulled off his size. And he's like, "Hey, dude, you want these? I don't know if you're into Yeezys or whatever, but it's your size. Sell them to you for retail." And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." So that's how that happened. And that was back in late 2016 when, again, getting those meant something. Now it's just kind of like an every month occurrence, sometimes more than once a month. And that's why we're here for this box to my left. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. These just arrived not too long ago. Well, I got home not too long ago. I think they've been sitting outside for maybe like an hour or something before that. Whatever the case might be, they haven't been here that long. So there we go. Got us a nice little Adidas Yeezy box going on in here. Let's put this thing out. Put that over there. So there's the normal stuff on the top of the box there, and then on the side you have all that stuff that you also would normally see, and some dirt or lint or whatever that does. And so these are the Israfils, and on the side it just says Israf. But anyways, they break out some weird color names and stuff. Like a lot of them work just fine, right? As far as like what the actual color is, it's just the name that they use. You know, it's kind of weird to me a lot of the time. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you even care about that? I don't care, but I just find it weird. So let's go ahead and get on into this and drag this thing out quite a. What is this? Kind of card? That's nothing on there, I don't think. It's a bunch of stuff in other languages, so it could be super important, but I'll never know. And then this. Yeah, I heard these came with like extra laces for whatever reason, so we'll get into that in a second if I don't forget. But what we really need to talk about is the actual shoe themselves, right? Now that those are out of the box, and you can get a good look at these. I also never really know what color these are going to be because the pictures are always so strange. This is kind of sage-ish almost, but maybe it's close to a gray. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at these things real quick so we can make sure nothing is wrong with them. Though if something was wrong with them, I mean, what could you really do, right? The raffle has since closed, and of course they sold out, so I can't even return them and get new pairs. And then can't forget to bring those out. But for now, it is review time on this right here, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Israfil colorway. Or is it Israfil? Israfil, whatever. You know what it is. So anyways, we got these going on. I'll give you a little breakdown of these, right? Because that's how we do the reviews around here. So we're gonna start with the bottom, right? So there you have it. Across the bottom, standard stuff, right? It's kind of like a light tannish sort of color going on down there. About on par with the Sesame Yeezy color, right? As far as the upper anyways. And then behind that, you've got the Boost kind of peeking through for you. So simple things, right? With a little Boost label down on the bottom. And then that coloring, as you can see here, dips around to the back. So that's always there for better or for worse. But now this midsole, right? So that's very much your standard thing as well. This color here that they have, it's kind of like a sage-ish color, kind of like a weird, like a bluish green sort of thing. Hopefully the pictures are pulling up good enough to give you a pretty good idea of what I'm seeing, because I don't know, it's hard to describe once in a while, right? So anyways, there's that for you. And now moving on to the rest of the upper, that's where things get interesting, I guess you could say. So we're going to start with the outside there, right across that lateral side, if you will. That's the side that has the little see-through paneling going on the side here. As you can see, kind of see my fingers poking through. Give you a little bit of ventilation, I guess. And past that, as far as the pattern on that side, what you're going to see is a kind of a beigeish off-white sort of color mixed in with that same sage-ish green. Maybe that's Israfil or whatever. You're going to see that mixed in with that same color like you see down here, just kind of sprinkled all around through that. So that's pretty much your standard style that they've been using. Switching this over here to the medial side, you've got the same styling that you have, again, much like what they started using with the statics many moons ago. And then you move on to the back, give you that little shot there, same sort of thing. So if you're looking at this from the front, right, you're gonna see some pretty solid stitching. Sometimes they don't really play up to that, you know what I mean? They just kind of leave it subdued. This time they're drawing attention to it, splitting it right down the middle, and you can kind of get that good shot of what you're looking at on each side. And so there's that for you. That goes all the way up to the tongue, of course. And behind that, or in front of that I should say, you've got the laces, right? Now this is where things get just a little different. So these laces that you see here, they're very much your standard laces. Nothing too fancy about that, even though I do like them, as I always say. But on top of them, they have this little lace lock sort of thing. This almost feels like heat shrink stuff, you know? Like I used to use that back when I used to do like electronics things, right? We'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I feel like that's what's on here, which is kind of an odd sort of choice in a way. But I guess it's what they wanted to do for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. And then moving on up past that, and we're going to talk about these laces in a second, see what those look like. Moving up past that, you've got this here sock liner, right? The sock liner is the same as down here, you know what I'm saying? And that, if you go onto the inside of there, same color in there as well. And then on the insole, you've just got the standard labeling as you always would see. So there's that for you. And that concludes pretty much the breakdown of this shoe as far as the visual. What I will say though, I don't know why, I'm not sure what the deal is, but for some reason, these feel super soft, like the upper. It feels a lot softer than the last 350 I did, or the last couple pairs that I've even worn. Not sure what that is, but especially like right here where this area is in the middle, it feels like crazy soft. I don't know. It's something that I just thought I'd throw in there. Now let's see what's going on in this little package here. Okay, and these laces are very much the same. So pulling that out of there. See that? I don't know why I hold that up. It's not like I'm not gonna put pictures in there, because there will be pictures in there. But looking at these here side to side, they're very much looking the same. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I mean, there's nothing else down in there. So they just gave you some extra laces. I guess if you want to have, because these actually have like the lace tips on them. See what I'm saying? Like the lace tips. So I guess if you want to be able to tie your shoes and not have them pre-tied for you, there's that. But I don't know how you guys wear your Yeezys, but for me, I wear mine, I tie them the one time and then never again, right? Because they just, sometimes I don't even tie them. They're good enough out of the box. But it's very much a slip-on shoe. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk more about wearing these, get into the sizing and all that stuff, because that's also important, right? So here's the thing. I would say that Yeezys fit true to size. If you heard that from someone else, great. If you heard something else from someone else, that's great too. Different people have different opinions. But most people will still agree that they are a little snug, which is kind of why some people say to go up half a size. I just say wear them and let them stretch out, because it is prime knit, and that's how that works. Now, as far as the comfort goes, comfort top notch, right? Can't complain about that, not one bit. The boost that they throw into here is great. We'll go with great today. So there's that for you. If you're looking for something super comfortable, these are definitely going to fill that void for you. Are they the best you can get? Well, that's when you guys start looking at how much they cost and blah, blah, blah. But just taking them for what they are, they're definitely high up anyways. Past that, there's not a whole lot else to say. Like I said, the sizing, it's just a little weird because you don't have a whole bunch of room down there in the toe area. But again, you just wear them for a while and eventually they feel better. I went up half a size once on the blue tints. Wouldn't recommend it. Just my take on things. But they are pretty decent. Though they do still just kind of look very weird to me when you look down at them. But, you know, you just overlook some things. Alright, anyways, that's going to be it for me. I feel like we've covered everything we need to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this video out so I can put these to the side and then eventually, hopefully, wear them one day. That's always the plan. It doesn't happen so quickly with some things, though. Not because I don't want to, I just forget. But anyways, that's it for me. As I said, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm gonna go knock out this editing, probably turn on some, I think I'm gonna feel some pop punk today, maybe some all-time low perhaps, something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna get this video out so you guys can see it. You're welcome in advance. All right, later people. Wait, hold on a second, don't leave just yet. Forgot to tell you guys what I think, right? They're all right. They are. Now you can go.